Hey guys, Mitko here from DN Models. Today we are reviewing Miniart's GAZ-AAA with shelter. This is a kit, comes from a long line of gas trucks from Miniart, the first one of which released in 2012. They are very warm welcome for the modelers, and they are with extreme amount of detailing with engine and so on. You'll be able to see that once we open the box. This particular kit was sent to me by Miniart for reviewing purposes, and I'm very grateful that they accepted my offer to review their kits for them and for YouTube. So we have a very nice box with beautiful and clean box art, which is typical for their company. Some of the features of the new kits that come from competitive companies are visible in the newest Miniart production, as you'll be able to see once we open the box. The kit is relatively new, and the most important thing about it is that it's made from the new plastic material that Miniart are switching to. And those kits that are upcoming, it's going to be released with the new plastic, which is more flexible and more easy to work with, which will make those kits fun to be built. So let's see what's inside of the box. We start with the instruction sheet and the one envelope full of all of the parts. I'm going to open those for you to show you what we are having. Here we have the instruction sheet, which is made from very nice material, a bit glossy, with a thorough description of what's inside the box. We have total amount of parts 341, which includes 314 plastic parts, 20 photo etch parts, 7 clear parts, decal sheet, full color instructions that you can see, and fully detailed engine, compartment and chassis, up-to-date technology using sliding molds. We have a thorough description of everything that you saw in the envelope and that you'll see shortly in detail. Everything starts with building the engine and the chassis. Up until the wheels are 13 steps, and we have more. The kit features almost everything that you can see on the real vehicle, and that's very interesting because you can make a abandoned vehicle or damaged one, or any missing parts, which is the main idea behind all the kit makers producing high complexity kits with a large amount of details inside of them. As you saw on the previous page, the wheels are assembled for several parts. I'm gonna be showing you why in a bit. We have the fenders, the cabin with options, very nice clear instructions. We also have positional hood, which gives us option to show the engine in all its beauty. It was rather simple engine, but still, for the time that the truck were produced, that was probably a modern thing. we have some sort of an interior, and it's empty compartment which can be filled with figures or stowage, or can be left open. In the end we have GAZ-AAA with shelter, description of the painting options, which is green, and one with winter camo. The one which is green, it's from unidentified unit of the Red Army in 41, and the second one is a captured Soviet vehicle, again unidentified unit of the Wehrmacht, probably used on the Eastern Front from January, February 43. Interesting here is to note that beside their very clear and nice painted, all the color info and profiles are by MIG, and we all know that this is a company that goes way back and has a lot of experience in terms of weathering, in terms of knowledge about colors and paints. And if you follow the paints shown here with the MIG numbers, you'll be sure to have the perfect result for this particular kit. As I said, the instructions are very clear. The sheet is rather luxury, and this is from the newest kits from Miniart that we are about to get from now on. So let's get on with the sprues. Okay, I'm starting with the wheel parts. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sprues of wheels. That is because this is one wheel. It's assembled that way because the engineers thought that it will be a bit clever to make the wheel from separate parts to keep the tread lines intact, while assembling the whole wheels and sending them from one part can eventually damage the tread and everything. While having so thin parts, this is avoidable. They are very nicely done, and in such a manner that you can easily skip on the aftermarket resin parts. That's why there are so many. We have fenders here in some of the cabin, very nicely done also. The texture is amazing for that size of the model, because this is a small vehicle and it features a lot of different stuff, like wood, for example, seen here on the rear compartment. It's a different texture than one on the fenders and the anti-slip surfaces. The plastics seem a bit softer, which give us the idea what to expect from the model kit itself. Several small sprues. That's the outside of the doors, and this is the inside. You can see how nicely they are done. This is simulating leather, most likely. We have small parts, which is usually a problem for newbies, but this kit is made for advanced modelers, mostly because it features an amazing amount of details and it's up to the new age standards, which makes it a bit difficult for guys who just starts the hobby. Here we have leathers. This is part of the interior. Before, those tiny and delicate parts here was a big problem for Miniart, because the plastic was cracking They were praised by Muller for details, but not for assembly and difficulty, because they were breaking apart, and now this should be avoided with the new material, which makes the model real state of the art. As you can see, the detail, everything is done with a lot of attention. This is the engine. We have the seat. The leather is depicted very realistically. Again, a lot of small details there. Some parts of the rear compartment. And lastly, clear parts. As you can see, the quality of those, it's very nice. They are clear, transparent, they do not bend light or anything. We have set for the rear compartment and set for the front cabin. This is the photo etch sheet. It's very thin. Compared to the Chinese manufacturers, this is really state-of-the-art photo etch set. It's closer to the aftermarket ones than to the original company stuff. So this is what we have in a box. It's a relatively old kit in terms of its release, but the thing that I can say about it is that it's a long line of different trucks. They are all interesting. They are used. They were used during the war and very different campaigns in different places. So this is enormous amount of reference pictures that the Muller can use to recreate whatever environment he wants. So this is it for the GAZ-AAA with shelter. I believe this is a very anticipated kit due to the fact that the plastic is different, and we will avoid all the troubles that we had in the previous years with those type of polystyrene. So have fun with it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.